we'll get started. Because I know there's a lot of people that can't be on live. So I love that this is interactive. So we'll have some time for questions and everything. And we're going to keep this short and sweet. So this is probably one of my favorite topics to talk about. And actually, before we get into the training, let's just talk about a few team things. Number one is convention, you guys. So they extended the early bird pricing for convention after last month, but it does end on the 15th. So that's in just 5 days, okay? So at the end of the 15th, probably midnight Pacific time, the early bird pricing will be gone forever. So if you are wanting to go to convention, which hopefully you do, because it's awesome and amazing, it's a huge boost for your business. It's for me personally, it's a must. If you're doing this as a business, you really need to be there. So plan on attending convention. If you don't have the budget right now, budget out with your business, okay? Look over the next 3-4 months and hello, Cindy.
Hi.
Look over the next 3 to 4 months and, figure out how much it's going to cost, okay? Figure out what you need to do to earn that money through your business. That way you're not borrowing from your family, things like that. And then as far as travel expenses and hotels, we totally share rooms, so we save costs there. You're not alone. We meet as a group. We hang out as a group. We try to share rooms as a group. So even if you don't necessarily know anyone personally from our team, you will by the end of convention. And it's just awesome. So plan on that. So you have 5 days to get the early bird pricing. Conventions in St. Louis, and all the information can be found in your back office. So you just click My Office. There's actually a tab or a link for Convention 2016. Okay. The other thing that I want to make sure you guys know about is the cruise incentive. So I know a lot of you are working toward the cruise, and I'm just going to tell you, if you want to earn the cruise, whether you just signed up yesterday or you were pink status, purple status, whatever, you can earn the cruise. Okay. You do not need to have been doing this business for a year or whatever. Okay. You can be brand new today and earn the cruise, but it does require high sales and sponsoring and growing your business. So $1,000 minimum of sales, but you can do it, okay? So if you still don't have a plan put in place for the cruise, message me, let's talk, message your upline, your sponsor, whatever. Get a plan written down on paper, you guys, because that helps to make it real. I think if there's anything else. Spring products are coming in March. Foundation's starting to come back in. Hallelujah. That's exciting. Oh, let me clarify something for you guys. So right now we have the restock dates on the website. So I've had a lot of questions about foundation. When is it coming back in? And when can my customers order it? So let me just explain the restock dates, and then we'll get into our training for tonight. So restock means when the product is in the warehouse, okay? In the warehouse. What they do first is they then fulfill all back orders first. So anyone that ordered November, December, January, February, those are all going to be filled in the order that the order was received, okay? First in, first out. Then if they have product available, they will make it so it can be ordered. However, they will look and decide, can we have it ordered, individually, or are we going to put it in collections first? So like the Scarlet, for example, they put that available only for collections. That means that they have not enough or a limited supply right now to only put in collections. I'm actually really happy about that. Personally, number one, it's going to help you upsell to your customers. You can say, guess what? It's available, but you can only get it in a collection, which I love. Number two, it helps that people don't stockpile it. So Organza came up for like 2 hours. It was available, something like that. It just blew off the shelves because people bought like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 because they were, kind of holding on to it. So having it in collections will help prevent that too. So if you have questions about the foundation, support, honestly, is going to be the best. I do not have the magical dates of when you'll be able to order it again. Support probably can't tell you that either. A lot of it depends on the suppliers. We're depending on other people to help get the product in. So that's why the dates fluctuate a little bit. We might have an idea, and then something happens with the supply chain or quality control or whatever, and that affects us. So it's kind of like a, chain of reactions, okay? But they're coming back. So that's good. That's good. Okay, let's get into our training. It's just me tonight, so I hope that's okay. But I'm going to be talking about following up. And all of the things that I talk about on our calls is my experience from Younique plus my other direct sales company before. So it's kind of a mix of both. But I have followed up with a lot of people over the years. So I heard a really great quote that has kind of stuck with me. A year and a half ago, I went to Eric Worre's big event in Vegas. It's called Network Marketing Pro Recruiting Mastery Event. And it was awesome. If you guys ever get a chance to go to something like that, any of Eric Worre's events are amazing. I took like notepad full of notes. It was great. But a couple things that really stood out to me, or at least one in particular, was something that he said. And he said, your goal as a distributor, consultant, presenter, whatever, your goal is always to get somebody from one exposure to the next exposure. And I love that, because that is all about action and not about results, right? Because we cannot control the results. We can't control if somebody buys or books or signs up. That is beyond our control. What we can control is how many times we offer and how many times we expose them. So what he's talking about is the exposure could be product, it could be to a party, it could be to the business opportunity. It's anything about your company, a video, an email, a text, whatever. And I was going to look up the statistic before the call tonight, and I wasn't able to, but there's some statistic where it says like someone has to see something 7 to 8 times before they act on it. So a lot of times we, as distributors, direct sales, whatever, we are just not giving people the opportunity to see it 6, 7, 8 times. We offer it once or twice, and then we think, oh, they're not interested, and I'm just going to back away. Many of you probably saw Younique several times before you decided to go ahead and make the leap to sign up. For myself, I was exposed to Younique the month that Younique launched. Like, you can see like me kicking myself for not jumping in. I heard about Younique the month before, like the pre-launch, okay? And I didn't join until 10 months later. I saw it over and over and over and over and over and over again, okay? So follow up, really getting someone to the next exposure. How are you going to expose them more to the product, opportunity hosting, whatever we have to offer, everything we have to offer, right? So I'm going to talk about following up with leads first, people that haven't purchased, and then we'll go into customers, okay? If you have a notebook, you can take some notes. So customers, first off, you have to get people's information. I learned early on that if I handed out my card to somebody at the grocery store, I was never going to hear back from them, like ever. I just passing out cards. There's a chance, there's always a chance, but it's not very likely. So if you've handed out Blitz cards or business cards to people and you haven't heard back, it's not you, it's just the way it is. People get busy. They may even be totally 100% interested in what you have to offer, but they just get busy. They start doing other things. So they are not invested in it as much as you are. So you need to be the one to follow up. So what I do is I made up these little cards. I use these when I do events. I also use these. I keep a clipboard. I don't have it. Well, anyways, it doesn't really matter. You don't need to see it, but I just have a little mini clipboard. And I just keep these in my bag with me at all times. So when I meet somebody, if I have the opportunity, sometimes it's a quick conversation. I can't hand someone this. Like, will you fill this out for me? But if I'm having a conversation with them, then I'll totally pull it out. Otherwise, if this feels like too formal, just keep a notebook. Keep a notebook or even your planner with you, and jot down their information. So I like to tell people, if they ask me for a card, instead of just giving them a card, I'll say, let's exchange information. So I'll give them a card and I'm going to get something from them. The best thing that you can do, I don't have my phone in here with me. The 2 best ways that people communicate now in 2016 is cell phone, texting, and Facebook. So emails are fine for giving out information, but you really won't hear back from people very much. Emails, texting is great. So on my little forms, and like I said, I do these more when I do like vendor events, but I actually have a place where it says texting yes or no, because I want to know if they're okay if I text them, because I'm going to be able to get a hold of them way better just sending them a text than I am emailing or even just calling them. But the other thing you want to do, and I learned this from Amber Voigt, is connect with them on Facebook. That's probably the best thing that you can do. So if I'm meeting somebody, and again, not every situation you're going to be able to do this. You know, if I'm talking with a cashier and she's working, I probably won't be able to do this. But if I'm having a conversation with somebody at a park, I could totally do this. So I would say to them, hey, are you on Facebook on your phone? And of course, they're going to say yes, because like 98% of the population, unless they're over like 60, is on Facebook. So then I basically like say, oh, well, let me have you add me as a friend. Okay. And I take their phone, okay, with their permission, of course, but I take their phone and I find me from their Facebook on their phone. Okay. Why do I do that? Why don't I look up them on my Facebook? Because Facebook makes it really hard to connect to people that you aren't connected to, that you don't know. Even if you try searching for people, you may not actually be able to find them. But if you know your exact URL on Facebook, or you can type in your middle name, whatever, it'll probably bring you up. So then I add myself as a friend from her profile. And then when I go home, I accept the friend request, and then I message her right away. Okay. Now I'm connected with her on Facebook. Now we can message. She's going to respond most likely. Because otherwise she wouldn't have connected if she wasn't interested in, she thought I was weird or crazy or something. But now she's going to see my posts on Facebook. So now all that attraction marketing that I'm doing on Facebook is actually going to be effective. Okay. So following up, the other thing that you can do is once you've connected with them on Facebook, and I don't say, don't do this right away, but any lead. Okay. So all of you should have a customer VIP group. So I know like Cindy's on, she just got started. So Cindy's probably still doing her launch party. So what we teach in our group is you always do your launch party in a group on Facebook. After your launch party's done, you turn that group into a VIP customer group. And now you add customers, leads, friends, family, everyone into that group. So as you're meeting people, you can do a couple of things. So if your group is closed, which is what I recommend, when you are following up with people that you've met, okay, you can text them, you can Facebook message, or you can email the same thing. Email them the link to your customer group and say, hey, I have this fun, awesome group on Facebook. I'm sharing tips and tricks. And, when I have specials or the company has specials, I share them on there. Would you like me to add you? Or if you want to, you can just add them. If you're connected on Facebook, you can just add them. If you're not connected, you have to send an invitation. But if you're connected, if you've a friend, wait a week. Don't add her like right away. Wait a week and then add her on Facebook to your customer group. And then you just send her a message. Like, honestly, I wouldn't even ask her if it was okay. I would just send her a message and say, by the way, thought it'd be fun to add you to my group. You can always leave if you don't want to. Here's what the group is. Okay. Fun, casual, tips and tricks, all that good stuff. Okay. So you've got people you're adding to your customer group. Okay. All right. The other thing that you want to do with your leads, follow up. Okay. So one thing that I did with my last business that was effective was I would divide up leads. So if they said they were interested in the business, they went in one pile. If they were interested in hosting, they went in a separate pile. If they were interested just in customers, they went in a third pile. And I always followed up with the presenters first. Okay. And I always follow up with them the most often. So if somebody said, hey, I'm interested in the business, and I would follow up like every week, every other week until I got a hold of them. Okay. Don't think that just because someone isn't responding to you that they're not interested. They might be busy. If they told you they're interested, keep following up with them until they say no. And again, your goal is to get them to the next exposure. So what does that mean? That means you need to have something to get them to. So what I like to do is you could do like a monthly makeup meetup, especially if they're local. Okay. So if you meet someone local, plan a monthly night. That gives you an excuse to invite people. What else I like to do, I don't know if this is sneaky or not, but if I don't have anything planned for the month, okay, let's say I don't have an open house, I don't have a monthly night, whatever, and I'm talking with somebody and she wants to see the makeup. Okay, so like a couple days ago, somebody was looking for foundation. I messaged her and she wants to try in person. So I said, okay, well, let's get together. So we're going to get together either this Saturday or next Saturday. I need to follow up with her again. But what I'm going to do is now that's my monthly meetup. Whatever time her and I decide, I am automatically now going to have an open house at my house at the same time. And now I have an excuse to invite other people and say, hey, I'm doing an open house on Saturday. I've already got a couple people coming. Love to have you come over and try out the products. So the more excuses you have to contact people, the better, okay? Then that's for local people. What about people that don't live near you? Okay, that's when you have your customer group to invite them to and events. So if you're in my circle or someone else's circle, even if you're not in my circle, I guess I could add you. We are doing a spring launch event. I love these. Honestly, I don't do my own like online parties anymore because I have my customer group. My parties are these launch events. I do one in the fall and one in the spring. I invite all my customers, friends, family, whoever, and that's their chance to get new products, specials, deals, whatever I've got going on. So that's, again, just another excuse to get people exposed to the product. And we actually sponsor quite a few people from this event because they're just exposed to our awesome, funny event, the team, the products. We talk about business opportunity. So exposure, okay? We are going to start on our team doing more of, and I don't know how consistent we'll be because consistency is not my strength, but we are going to start doing online opportunity events where it's like 20 minutes online. We post 5 or 6 times within an event, and it's all about the business. No products, just business. And so it'll give you, again, an excuse to just go back to people and say, hey, by the way, I've got this thing going on. You should check it out. And you can invite them. Same thing with like if we start doing opportunity calls. And this doesn't even have to be me doing it or someone on our team. There's a whole bunch of recorded opportunity calls. Okay, that's another exposure. You can use the wording, if I, would you? Hey, if I sent you this short little video, would you listen to it? Great. What day can you listen to it? Tuesday or Wednesday? That's awesome, you guys. It's a great way to talk about the business. Okay. All right, let's talk about customers. So you have been doing online parties. You've got customers that have purchased from you. What do you do next? How do you take them from a customer to potential hostess, repeat customer, presenter, right? Because we don't want one-time buyers. We want repeat, okay? So following up is key, you guys. Now, you need to have a system, and what system you have is going to be dependent on you, okay? You can have cards, like you could do index cards for every customer. Write their name, write the date they purchased, write what they purchased, any other information you know about them, put it on that card. Okay, if you are a paper hand person, that might work great for you. You can even have folders and put like different months. You could have 12 months and put those cards in the month that you want to follow up with that customer. So if that works for you, perfect. If you are a computer person, you could totally use an Excel spreadsheet and put all your customers in there and put when they purchased and then, when you're going to follow up with them. Maybe you're a calendar person. Okay, so get your calendar out. February. Get your calendar out, and when somebody purchases from you, write in when you're going to follow up with them, okay, or on your phone. So whatever system you use is going to be different from somebody else. Use what works for you, okay? And if you're not sure what works for you, try something out, and you'll find out. Emily is on the chat, and she said Google Form works good for that too. So yeah, there's a bunch of different things that you can use for that. And maybe we can have a little chat on our group and say, hey, how do you guys organize your customers? And we'll share some different ideas. That would be great. Right now, I'm using an Excel spreadsheet. I lose papers. I'm like, you guys think I'm organized? I know, I'm really good at faking it. Look at this. Like, I am so unorganized. I have papers everywhere. You guys would laugh. It's bad. It's really bad. So I have to keep everything on the computer or I lose stuff. It drives me nuts. So Google Docs, Google's whatever their spreadsheet is called would work great too, because then you can access it from anywhere. So if you're not on your computer, you can access it from your phone. So anyways, find a system that works for you. Okay. And then find the customers. I love this 2-2-2 format guideline. Okay. So first off, when you have a customer purchase, you need to thank them. Okay. Kara Lewis Newton does a thank you video. She just makes one video. She sends it out to every customer. Okay. It's her personality. They're connecting with her. She's saying, thanks so much for purchasing. She tells them about her customer group, asks them if they'd like to be added, all in her video, one video to all her customers. Okay. I think that's a great idea. If you don't have a video yet, or you're not comfortable doing that, which again, we're all about getting out of our comfort zone. But if you don't have a video yet, you need to send them a message, okay? I also send all my customers an email. So if you're doing a video or messaging, let them know, hey, I emailed you. Why do you want to do that? Well, their email could have gone in their junk folder. If they open up, their email their server, whatever, won't recognize it as spam because they've opened it up from you. So it's going to help them to see future emails from you as well. So I always send them an email. If you don't have an email you send, I can totally send you mine. Okay, message me with your email address. I will email it to you. I think it's cute. That's the kind of stuff I like to make stuff. So I have this email that says tips for your tips for your new product, and I include some tips. Have a tutorial about the product. You're the presenter, you're the consultant. Help them know how to use their product the best way to get the most value from it. Okay, and this is before they get their product. Have a link to your VIP group in there, okay? Have your contact information so they know how to get a hold of you if they want to reorder. So email and then message them, okay? Both, two things. The other thing that I do is I thank them for ordering. Almost always on my personal wall, especially if I'm connected to them on Facebook, I will tag them in that. Why do you want to do that? Well, number one, you're showing your network, hey, I'm getting orders, so I'm successful. But you're also connecting with her network because now all of her friends or some of her friends are going to see what she purchased. I used to do just a little cute, thank you image, but lately I've been doing more, and I don't do it consistently, but videos. So I'll actually upload a video of that product. So if they ordered the Scarlet Liquid Foundation, which they can now order, I would totally tag her and say, thanks for ordering your awesome foundation. I know you're going to love it. And I would upload a video from my computer or my phone directly to Facebook of somebody applying the foundation. Okay. What an awesome way to market. Okay. So thank your customers. The other thing that I do that I have done ever since I started is I send my customers a thank you card in the mail. So you have your address of every single customer that purchases from you. I'll show you what mine looks like actually, just a second. Okay, I did this on Vistaprint a while ago. You don't have to do something this fancy. I just got sick of writing my information over and over again, and I'm weird about design stuff, so you don't have to do this. What? Yeah. You might hear piano music in the background. By the way, my daughter has to practice. Now, I just did these little thank you cards. This was before we had any cute stuff on Vistaprint. These have old products on it, but Younique actually has a ton of cute stuff in Vistaprint, like specific thank you cards that have makeup on it. They're adorable. They're really not that expensive. Or you can just buy really cheap thank you cards, wherever. Michael's has $1 for a 10-pack, whatever you want. Send a thank you card to your customers in the mail with your business card so they have it in hand. And, maybe include a sample of some pigments or something that they didn't purchase. So it's just, again, it's another way to get exposure. And how often do we get things in the mail now? I can probably count on my hand how many times I've gotten a thank you card from someone I purchased from. And I bet you guys can too. So you remember when people send you things in the mail. So that's right away, okay? And then here we come to 222. So you send a thank you card. Okay, you need to follow up with them within 2 days is the first one. Okay, so that's thank you. Then within 2 weeks. So after they purchase 2 weeks, that means they've gotten the product in hand, hopefully, unless it's a back order, which then you could probably still communicate with them. But you're going to follow up 2 weeks after and say, hey, noticed you got your product. I wanted to see how you're loving it. Okay, I don't ask them, do you like your product? I say, I'd love to hear how you're loving your product, your makeup, your mascara, whatever, get specific. And then I just quiet. Okay. That's why I love connecting with them on Facebook, because messages are easier to have a dialogue with versus email. Okay. And then, but just quiet. Okay. Now, don't be afraid if somebody comes back and says, I don't like this. Okay. Because guess what? You want to know that. You want to know if they're having a problem with their product so you can help be the solution for it, okay? You don't want someone to be frustrated, not hear from you, and then have a bad taste in their mouth about Unique and never purchase again. Who knows? Maybe they're just applying it wrong and you could help them with that exchange. It's all about customer service, okay? If they are loving the product, though, here's how the conversation should go. So you say, how are you loving your product? And they say, oh my gosh, this mascara is awesome. I love it so much. Great. I'm so glad you love it. You know, have you ever thought about joining? And then you just be quiet. Okay? That's literally what I say. If they say, oh, no, I don't think I want to do that, then okay, you know, well, we should totally get some stuff, you know, for free for you. So if I go right into the business opportunity. Like I just say, have you ever thought about joining? And I don't even go anywhere else with that. I was going to share wording that somebody else had. Okay, this is what she says. She goes, if they love the mascara, she says, yay, so glad you love it. You should totally host a party like your friend Brooke did. She got so much free stuff. You could get more mascara, try something else. Okay, or awesome, so glad you love it. Think you have some friends that would love it too? Reason I'm asking is because we're doing these free beauty bashes this week and you could earn a ton of free makeup. Okay, or here's another one. Hi, Mary, so glad you're loving your new long lashes. I'm starting some online beauty bashes today. Would love to start one for your girlfriends. Super easy way to share the new products. What you think? Okay, the key is you should. Okay, so come back and say, oh my gosh, well, you should totally sell this stuff. This is amazing and you would do great at it. And then just stop talking. Okay, don't send your customers 2 paragraphs of why they should join or why they should host. Okay, you have to picture it like you're standing in the same room as that person. What would you say? You would say a little bit and then you would stop so they can talk. So it's a conversation back and forth. And if they say, no, I'm not interested, you know, that's awesome. You know, if you ever decide to in the future, that's great. Go ahead and join my customer group. Okay. So that's 2 weeks. Then you're going to follow up in 2 months. Okay. Because that's when most people are going to need to reorder product. Hey, I was just thinking about you. You know, I know you love the product. Wanted to see if I can help you get any reorders, or excuse to invite them to something. Okay. Hey, I'm doing my spring launch event. Thought of you. I know you love the products. Would love to help you maybe win some of our new spring products. Okay. So always think of what's the next reason I can invite them to. The welcome back kits was a perfect example. It was a perfect excuse to contact people and say, hey, by the way, I know you purchased back in October, but there's this awesome deal going on. So always look at anything that corporate offers, customer kudos. That's an excuse to go back to your customers and contact them. Okay. And then you guys just got to offer the opportunity to everybody. You never know who's going to be interested. So just because someone said no 10 months ago doesn't mean now they're not going to be ready to join. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions, you guys, because following up, I feel like it's so important. So important. Like that's where all the opportunities are. The people that are not as successful in this business are not following. I can promise you that. The people that are successful are totally following up with people. But yeah, let's go ahead and open up to any questions. So if you guys are on your computer, you can unmute yourself. If you're on the chat, you can type in a question. I can answer either one. So we'll do about 5 minutes of questions for anybody. And it doesn't have to be about following up. If you have a question about something else. Oh, spring launch event. Yeah. So that's on our circle group. And we've done this. I know Holly's doing this with her circle. If your Upline Elite isn't doing this, let me know. But basically every product launch, so spring and fall, we do a big team live Facebook party is basically what it is. And it's a ton of fun. So it's like a live, normally when I do a live Facebook party, like if it was just me and my customers or hostess, it would be like 30 minutes. But this one we go, it's like 2 hours, and we post about every 10 minutes, and we give away a ton of free stuff, and we invite customers. We ask our customers to invite people. So normally we have like 500 to 1,000 people in this event. So it's pretty fun. And we take orders for all the new products and stuff. And you can do your own. You don't have to do it as a team. It's just fun as a team because there's a lot of people that get on. So it's high energy. Anybody else? Who is working toward the cruise? Raise your hand. if you're getting on the cruise. Cindy, raise your hand. So I'll put a post on our team group with the recording from this call about sharing how you guys follow up with your customers. If you want to add on there and what you're currently doing, because I'm sure people would have an idea. Yes, look up the cruise, Cindy. I'll make sure you know what it is. Okay, anybody else? Okay. All right. Well, we won't keep you guys on. So I know we like to keep it to about 30 minutes. So, all right. I hope this helps you guys. Following up, it's a skill. It's not a talent. It's not, you're not born good at it. You just learn how to do it, and you're just consistent at it. And it really, really works. It'll help you book more parties, help you sponsor more people. It helps every aspect of your business. So, that's all I got to say. So, all right. Have a great night, you guys. Check out our conversation we'll have on the group, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Have a great night.